Blog Talk Radio.
Yeah, I'd like a hot dog all the way, please.
Coming up. Here you go.
Thank you. Ew. What is this?
That's a corn-based hot dog flavored tube-shaped thing. It's almost good. That'll be $4.50.
You know what? No thanks.
If almost good enough isn't good enough for you, why would it be good enough for your pet? Add Kennel Kelp to your furry friend's diet. Sprinkled on your pet's food, Kennel Kelp helps with arthritis pain and stiff joints. It can also reduce shedding, fill in missing areas, and improve their looks. Healthy pets show even more energy and have better attitudes. See results in 4 to 8 weeks. The good news is, Kennel Kelp isn't just for pets. It's good for you, too. Sprinkle it on your cereal, or use it instead of table salt when seasoning your food. Kennel Kelp is the holistic care solution for pets and their people. Safe for dogs, cats, birds, cows, chickens, reptiles, almost anything that walks, flies, or slithers. It's a holistic health solution for humans, too. To learn about their many products, visit kennelkelp.com. Get Kennel Kelp for a happier, healthier life.
Dog lovers, get the Liberty Wristband, the clever new hands-free way to keep your dog on a leash. Forget holding onto leashes or wrapping them around your wrist. The Liberty Wristband special clip lets you hook your dog's leash to your wrist for complete control while leaving your hands free. Carry your coffee, talk on the phone, all while keeping total control of your dog and his leash. When it's time for your dog to run free, a quick flick of the clip releases him. There's nothing else like the Liberty Wristband. Order yours today at kennelkelp.com. That's kennel and kelp with a K. kennelkelp.com.
For people with physical challenges, walking a dog can be difficult, even dangerous, but the Liberty Wristband makes life so much easier. Developed by a disabled veteran, the Liberty Wristband easily straps around your wrist, then uses a unique clip to hold your dog's leash tight, all while keeping both of your hands free. Releasing your dog is easy too. With a quick flick of the clip, your dog is free. The Liberty Wristband, order yours today at kennelkelp.com. That's kennel and kelp with a K. kennelkelp.com.
Well, yes, hello and good morning once again and welcome to the VA Sales Kennel Kelp Holistic Healthcare Show. And I'm your host, Bill. And welcome to Wednesday morning, July 25th at approximately 5:32 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the title of today's show is VA Sales Kennel Kelp and How to Work at Home as an affiliate marketer. And I'll highlight the pros of being an affiliate marketing business, VA sales, over 25 years as such. Affiliate marketing offers many perks, including low startup costs. Most affiliate programs are free to join. And since the affiliate company takes care of providing the services and the products, there is no inventory or supplies for you to worry about. No overhead, no cost of doing business. It's a big inducement to all small proprietors, especially if you have an e-commerce website, much like myself. I've talked about this basically over the last couple of years of how I'm waning down, and this incorporates that consideration, no product creation or service providing. The company takes care of everything. It's fast to join, easy. Most programs have a simple sign-up form, and then you can start posting links and ads within a few moments. There's no shipping or hassling with returns. So I'll cover all of those subject matters in the 2 hours that we're together today. So I want to get right in, start the show with the joke of the day. 3 guys go to a ski lodge, and there aren't enough rooms, so they have to share a bed. In the middle of the night, the guy on the right wakes up and says, I had this wild, vivid dream of going down a slick slope. The guy on the left wakes up, unbelievably, he has the same dream too. Then the guy in the middle wakes up and says, that's funny. I dreamed I was skiing. I don't write them, I just repeat them. Thought of the day. It's the little things you do that make the big things happen. Contributory to Mike Dooley, whoever Mike Dooley is. Prayer of the day. Each new day is the title of the prayer. Let me pause as I begin this new day to give it to you, Lord. Before the tumult of activities breaks in, before breakfast plates crash through my still sleepy mind, for that last moment in my bed, thank you, Lord. Let me hold your promise of new life. Keep me from slipping back, for I know that what is forgiven is as if it never were. Each new day, your grace gives me a fresh start to walk in your light again. May the Lord support us all day long, till the shades lengthen and the evening comes, and the busy world is hushed, and the fever of life is over, and our work is done. Then in his mercy may he give us a safe lodging and a holy rest in peace at last. Amen. I want to start out continuing to talk about affiliate marketing, but I want to come back to that as it pertains to CTFO, changing the future outcome, and about cannabinoids. And what I've been talking about pretty much exclusively for the last month here at my show, and how I'm drastically changing the direction of how I personally will market that, and I'll highlight that in a moment. But this is in reference to my Kennel Kelp website. You should reference the links there. I'm in the process of adding 2 new pages that I've talked about over the last couple of shows. I'm going back to dedicating a page to Primal Life Organics as an affiliate marketer, continuing that campaign that I've had for 10 years. Also, the Health Food Ranger, continuing the program that I've had for probably 8 years. Michael King, Vitality Herbs and Clay, an outtake from when he was on the show before yesterday. They'll be represented with my BA Sales 5025 virtual voucher program, ordering direct. Also, my manufacturers of my custom blend horse, cat, and dog products, be them glucosamine, shampoos, soaps, paw pad butters, nose butters, elbow butters, etc., etc. You'll be hearing me talk a lot about Crafty Denal Vic Pack from Blissful Dog. Her assistant on the horse side, I'd be setting up direct ordering to those folks as well. That's a little bit different twist on an affiliate. There's no commissions involved. I do that of my own volition, and I'll put them in touch. So the folks are subject to my BA Sales 5025 vouchers. You want to keep that in mind, and you want to do your homework on 5025 vouchers, virtual vouchers brings to the table in the way of extra savings. That's a program that I designed. Nobody else offers it. I'll be right back.
Blog Talk Radio.
Yeah, I'd like a hot dog all the way, please.
Coming up. Here you go.
Thank you. Ew. What is this?
That's a corn-based hot dog flavored tube-shaped thing. It's almost good. That'll be $4.50.
You know what? No thanks.
If almost good enough isn't good enough for you, why would it be good enough for your pet? Add Kennel Kelp to your furry friend's diet. Sprinkled on your pet's food, Kennel Kelp helps with arthritis pain and stiff joints. It can also reduce shedding, fill in missing areas, and improve their looks. Healthy pets show even more energy and have better attitudes. See results in 4 to 8 weeks. The good news is, Kennel Kelp isn't just for pets. It's good for you, too. Sprinkle it on your cereal, or use it instead of table salt when seasoning your food. Kennel Kelp is the holistic care solution for pets and their people. Safe for dogs, cats, birds, cows, chickens, reptiles, almost anything that walks, flies, or slithers. It's a holistic health solution for humans, too. To learn about their many products, visit kennelkelp.com. Get Kennel
Dog lovers get the Liberty Wristband, the clever new hands-free way to keep your dog on a leash. Forget holding onto leashes or wrapping them around your wrist. The Liberty Wristband special clip lets you hook your dog's leash to your wrist for complete control while leaving your hands free. Carry your coffee, talk on the phone, all while keeping total control of your dog and his leash. When it's time for your dog to run free, a quick flick of the clip releases him. There's nothing else like the Liberty Wristband. Order yours today at kennelkelp.com. That's kennel and kelp with a K. kennelkelp.com.
For people with physical challenges, walking a dog can be difficult, even dangerous, but the Liberty Wristband makes life so much easier. Developed by a disabled veteran, the Liberty Wristband easily straps around your wrist, then uses a unique clip to hold your dog's leash tight, all while keeping both of your hands free. Releasing your dog is easy too. With a quick flick of the clip, your dog is free. The Liberty Wristband, order yours today at kennelkelp.com. That's kennel and kelp with a K. kennelkelp.com.
Hello, yes, and good morning, and welcome once again to the BA Sales Kennel Kelp Holistic Healthcare Show. And I'm your host, Bill. And in today's show, which is titled How to Create a Healthy, in quotation marks, portfolio, we'll play on words for a health portfolio if you were to consider it as a stock on the commodity market. But this is pertinent to natural medicinal pure CBD oil. So the title of today's show, once again, is BH Sales, How to Create a Healthy, quotation marks, portfolio of natural medicinal pure CBD oil. So I'll be continuing today to further expand upon the many benefits of the CBD oil that I've been talking about extensively for the better part of 2 weeks now. And I've listed the product categories here in the description of today's show to the respective categories that are now over at my dedicated website, categorized by health, anti-aging, nutrition, and pets. And if you click on those icons in the description of today's show, that will get you directly to my new dedicated CBD website that I've been talking about. And also I put a link in the description of today's show to my blog over at my kennelkelp.com website. And there'll be more information about a big sale for tomorrow, 4th of July, commencing today, that I'm offering on all my products. So you want to check that out as well. So when I've done these shows in the past, I've done many of these shows, I've alluded to that before, I try to update them, keep them in cycles of 10s, so I delete a lot of the history, but I've done, over 300 of these shows over the last half dozen years or so, or longer. So I always like to start them out. It's been a little hectic lately with a joke of the day. So joke of the day for today, and I always usually keep them embraced around animals due to my great passion and support of animals and animal rescue. So the joke of the day is, what do you call an alligator detective? And the answer is investigator. Symbols, please. I'll be here all week. Don't forget to tip your waiters and waitresses. Just goofing around. There's a reason for that. I'll get back to that. Also like to start it out with a thought of the day. Quoting, there's no such thing as a failed experiment. Only one that hasn't had full opportunity to yet materialize. That's contributory to Richard Buckmaster Fuller, and he's located at a site called motivateus.com. The prayer of the day is the following. Let no sadness come through this gate. Let no trouble come into this dwelling. Let no fear come through this door. Let no conflict be in this place. Let this home be filled with joy and the blessing of peace. Okay, subject at hands. CTFO, changing the future outcome. All 100% U.S. grown and processed hemp, CBD product categories. As I said, I broke them down in the show for you today, the description of the health category, direct link accordingly, anti-aging, again, direct links accordingly, nutrition, direct links accordingly, pets, direct links accordingly. What I'd like to highlight and talk about here is why use CBD products for pets. Humans and other mammals have cannabinoid receptor sites located primarily in the brain, central nervous system, and peripheral organs, especially the immune cells. The endocannabinoid has been found in all vertebrates, and CBD interacts in a similar way in pets as it does with humans. So everything that I'm about to highlight for the benefits of pets, when you get to the site, you'll see that it's applicable for humans, but all of this is applicable for humans. I'm gearing it towards pets today. Thank you. So therefore, it can be used in the treatment of similar conditions. CBD has less than 0.03% THC and no psychotic properties. Talked a lot about that, the THC controversies and so forth. You can read about that here, archivally in the shows, and over at my website, kennelkelp.com, and the blogs. I've already given BH Sales CBD cat treats, this new line, this new product, to my own two cats, Brady and Brody, and their cousins, Vito and Augustus, are trying them out also. As I said before, as I build my team for this project, I have a lot of family members on board, to include my son, my daughter-in-law, and my beautiful, beautiful Ada Bug. I'll talk about her, and have talked about her for years. Check out my website. Studies show that cannabinoids have anti-inflammatory effects and can help with a variety of animals, such as allergies, and a variety of ailments, I should say, pertinent to not only animals but humans, such as allergies, loss of appetite, arthritis, and joint pain. Stop right there. That's the main reason I'm about to get the human version cannabinoid, probably right after the 4th of July. I've talked a lot about that. Check out my archival blogs. Works on humans extremely well. Also, digestive issues, fatty tumors, glaucoma, homeostasis. Homeostasis. Look it up if you're not familiar with it. Those of you that intimately are, that's what we're all striving for and want to attain in human body, animal body alike. Homeostasis. Look it up. IBS. Again, animals here in the human form. Long story short, my 95-year-old mother-in-law suffers from it. I've been harping on these products for years. Now that Graham's involved on the team, perhaps we can get some pain relief on the human side, on the immediacy to my 95-year-old mother-in-law. That's a work for me to do. So getting back to subject at hand, pertinent to animals, it also relieves inflation, phobias, seizures, skin problems, muscle spasms, aggressions, anxiety, social anxiety, separation anxiety, and especially geared around the 4th of July, fear of thunderstorms, fireworks, any kind of loud bangs, car exhaust, what have you. You also want to check out at mykennelkelp.com. We do custom aromatherapies and the relax aromatherapy. Check out the testimonials. They have many customer testimonials. That works great. If you want to order that directly, go to blissfuldog.com and talk to Kathy. They make my custom products, onesie, twosie basis. Go to them direct. Read all about all of this program at my website. That's all pertinent and applicable to my BH Sales 5025 program that I work out with my vendors. We'll get back to that later, but that's an extra sales incentive for all of you. So it also reduces the problems with muscle spasms, aggressions, anxiety, social anxiety, as I said, separation anxiety, and fear of thunderstorms, and or long traveling in cars, especially, again, as summer and the holiday season being the 4th and so forth, as you travel with your cars, with your pets in your cars. This helps alleviate those types of things for the dogs as well. So it's great for post-surgery recovery, human and pet, and it aids with the swelling and stiffness as well as bone breaks, torn ligaments and strains, and ideally with the advice of your veterinarian and or doctor on the human side, as I suggest for everything. CBD can supplement synthetic drugs, which contain many side effects and can also be used daily to manage mood and pain. And it's perfect for aging pets. And I'll attest personally, it's perfect for us aging citizens as well. Jumping back to bone breaks for a second, there's a point here applicable to animals. One of my real good friends who's tentatively on the team, when he has a moment to digest the information, he's already signed up as an inactive, blah, blah, blah. He has to have some major surgery at the end of this summer with a finger that actually is pointing up, baby index finger, I believe, and it actually, whichever digit it is, it actually looks him right in the face. He cannot bend it. So we're going to get him some CBD oil, whether I get it for him or he decides to come on board. I've already given him one of my other creams for topical containing my sacred clay to alleviate some of his pain. So in any event, works for humans and pets as well. So BA Sales Kennel Kelp and white pet owners should utilize CBD oil for their pets is where you want to go. And listen in right now. procedures, CBDs can treat serious neurological diseases like Alzheimer's, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's. CBD can relieve pain. CBD can fight cancer. CBD can reduce inflammation. CBD can treat mood disorders. Can also coordinate and correlate for those of you that may be medical marijuana patients. I have many medical marijuana cannabis patients that are clients for my other products as well as these CBDs. Now, one of the common issues that they voice to me is sometimes they're concerned with THC level in cannabis. They have paranoia that just accentuates, in some instances, their anxiety and so forth. That's where these CBDs, what can it actually do for recreational users, if you will? It can do several things. I detail that in length over at my blog today. You might want to check that out. And CBDs can also produce a smoother, more balanced high in coordination for those of you that may use medical marijuana. I'm a chronic arthritis patient myself. I use these products. I like to vape myself, and I like to put the cannabinoids right in any cannabis, medical cannabis, or what have you, or other methods of treatment, as well as my power trio of the natural substances that are referenced over at my website. Also, to include my new Sea Miracle 7 Power Foods. The most popular CBD products available today are featured over at this dedicated website that I have alluded to in the description of today's show with the direct links. The future of cannabinoid healing is becoming more and more prevalent as we speak, now that the reins are coming off as far as recognizing the medicinal values of hemp oil, while the deliberation goes on in the respective states to Maine, where cannabis consumption is legal through the dispensaries in a medical marijuana capacity. So the rundown of what cannabinoids is and what it can do for you, one of the most popular ways to get your hands on it are right through myself, because I not only offer the highest quality products, but when you combine them, fully guaranteed, they're all produced in the GMP facility, all self-explanatory at the dedicated website unique to the cannabinoids, and then all my products over at chemtrail.com. This lifetime guaranteed, unconditional. I've never had a product return in over 20 years of doing business. So I've referenced that before. Some exciting things for CBD, thanks to a seemingly bottomless promise as an effective and safe medicine. Projections moving forward as we embark on the next decade in the 2020s by mid-2025 and beyond. All projections are leading to this will be a standardized operation for medical procedures as hopefully Western medicine philosophy dissipates and swings more and more to an Eastern philosophy. A lot of this coincides with the scalar energy technology, quantum physics, Tesla stuff that is referenced over at my C7 tech page over at mychemical.com. I wear that chip myself. I take that C7 superfood myself in conjunction with these cannabinoids, and I also get C7 as well as my kelp to my own two cats, Brady and Brody, and also introduced to this cannabinoid as well. So, cannabinoids are capable of fighting back against the most serious diseases while also gentle enough to be part of the daily health regime. Cannabinoid is truly one of the most remarkable compounds in the natural world. And as I said earlier, the science is becoming more in vogue. You want to check out Dr. Jeffrey Lee, business associate, friend, partner in business with Greg Pop over at the C7 Tech. And high quantities of THC in some instances to the user's discretion. Going back to the earlier point, lots of veterans, not only veterans, if you have anxiety and depression issues, sometimes the THC can be very medicinal, very helpful, but some people find an adverse reaction to it. This is a good alternative. And more and more strains that are being cultivated for medical cannabis are containing these cannabinoids. I'll talk much more about that as I get more entrenched with my newest business associate, Al Warrington, who I mentioned in a couple of shows ago, Forever Beetle Oils. Check all that out at my website. He's probably going to be my supplier personally in consult as I take these cannabinoids in my own therapy for my own arthritis. I'll talk more about that in upcoming shows. The reason for this is that cannabinoid works like an antidote to THC, if you will. It counters some of the strongest stress-inducing effects of THC, leading to a smoother, more balanced high, especially for those of you that may have chronic anxiety and depression. And for whatever reason, be it adverse reaction or just don't want to get involved with THC or what have you, these are fully abated, alternative, healthy alternative for you. Hence, one-to-one strains or other products with a balanced blend of THC and CBD are super popular amongst not only recreational cannabis users, but also extreme athletes as a whole, chronic pain, any kind of chronic pain, to include my own arthritis. Anybody who suffers from arthritis, I talk a lot about Greg Pond. Again, go to my website. He suffered a lifelong battle with gastroparesis. He's the innovator and creator of the C7 technology, quantum physics, Miracle 7. Over at my website. And using CBDs to help veterans specifically with PTSD, some of the advantages, there are several studies that have shown that CBD may help with PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, which refers to a group of adverse mental, emotional, and physical symptoms that occur after a person is exposed to traumatic events. Same premise for pets. I'll get back to that at another time. These symptoms are common among the military and civilian populations, and they are associated with emotional, mental, and physical changes. CBD is a non-psychoactive cannabinoid that is found in the stalks of the flowers and seeds of the cannabis plant, and can be derived directly from hemp as well. I offer both. Although CBD has not been approved by the FDA as a therapeutic aid for PTSD, several studies have shown that cannabinoid has therapeutic benefits for these problems, and as the respective states that offer medicinal dispensaries can attest to, they have many veterans within their client entourages. I know on a local level at the Wellness Connection here in Portland, they definitely have a high contingent of clients that they're serving. So CBD has also shown its ability to reduce cognitive impairment, anxiety, and discomfort among individuals that also have social phobia, agoraphobia, if you will. That's because it's capable of interacting with the 5-HT1A receptors in the central nervous system. I have a pretty good diagram of that over at my website today. I want to check that out. And how CBD affects veterans with PTSD. Studies have shown that cannabinoid levels are essentially lower among individuals that suffer from PTSD. Anandamide refers to the inner human cannabis. As such, CBD is used to deal with the anandamide shortage amongst PTSD sufferers. When these receptor sites are filled up with CBD, they play a very crucial therapeutic role in PTSD therapeutic aid while relieving patients from memory problems. Currently, several of these studies and ongoing studies and past studies have shown that CBD can help in the therapeutic aid of PTSD and anxiety reduction. These studies have revealed that CBD can do the following when used as therapeutic aid for PTSD: enhance extinction learning, block reconsolidation memory, block blood receptors, Okay, guys, if you're still there, first of all, God love you and God bless you. And thank you for doing so. There's a couple of minutes left in this show, and I wanted to bring a couple of final things to thought if you're here at this juncture. First of all, I'm not only trying to get this whole new product line off the ground to coincide with the products that I've offered for over 20 years, but I'm also trying to reinvigorate the show so word-of-mouth advertising help on passing on the show as you tune in not only would be most appreciated, but contact me at my kennelkelp.com website. Look at all those products, too, to include those that I've mentioned here. But contact me at the Contact Us page, and if you are a listener here, I appreciate that. Just say you've listened in. Be honest in your critique. I'm refining this show and going to go to a much more enhanced studio. The guest list is going to be pretty impressive, and the topics are going to be right on tune. So, in any event, that's another opportunity to earn BA Sales 5025 virtual vouchers. Just contact me if you have any questions. I appreciate the word-of-mouth advertising. But do take a look at these products for your family, your pets, yourselves, and anybody that you know that may be in chronic pain. If I never sell a bottle of this stuff, I believe in the medicinal values of all of these products. That's why I've been in business this long. And believe me, not that I'm over benevolent by any means. I do this because I want to. But I try to give back to veterans, and I try to get back to animals, and being a sole proprietor for all those years. Believe me, I'm not in this for the profit. I'm in it for what I've been able to do for many animals and many people over the years. I'm proud of that. Check out Treva Felber's website over to Primal Life Organics. And one last accolade so we can abate all the scam and spam out there. I'm a A+ rated Better Business Bureau. The moniker's not on my website, but check the World Wide Web, kennelkelp.com, always A+. Never had a complaint in all these years, never had a product return in all these years. And also, going back to Trina Felber, proud of the fact that I'm mentioned in Beauty's Dirty Secrets in her book SBA Sales. Worked with her many years, so proud of that. So I've never started any multi-million-dollar companies, but I have sold $1 million in product before. I'll talk about that more in the future. Have a great day. Have a great holiday.
The following audio program by the Natural Medicine Journal is titled Dr. Christopher Shade discusses the therapeutic effects of CBD oils.
Hello, I'm Carolyn Gazelle, the publisher of the Natural Medicine Journal. Today we have a fascinating and somewhat controversial topic to talk about. We're going to be talking about the therapeutic effects of CBD oil from cannabis. Before we begin, I'd like to thank
This summer, wherever you're heading in the great outdoors, make your first stop the Home Depot for off deep woods or active sweat-proof bug spray. Right now, get any 3 for just $10 in your backyard or in the woods. If it's long-lasting protection you want or sweat-proof performance you need, when off goes on, bugs go away. Stock up now on off deep woods or active bug spray, 3 for just $10. Only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing while supplies last.
Blog Talk Radio. Blog Talk Radio.
Yeah, I'd like a hot dog all the way, please.
Coming up. Here you go.
Thank you. Ew. What is this?
That's a corn-based hot dog flavored tube-shaped thing. It's almost good. That'll be $4.50.
You know what? No thanks.
If almost good enough isn't good enough for you, why would it be good enough for your pet? Add Kennel Kelp to your furry friend's diet. Sprinkled on your pet's food, Kennel Kelp helps with arthritis pain and stiff joints. It can also reduce shedding, fill in missing areas, and improve their looks. Healthy pets show even more energy and have better attitudes. See results in 4 to 8 weeks. The good news is, Kennel Kelp isn't just for pets. It's good for you, too. Sprinkle it on your cereal, or use it instead of table salt when seasoning your food. Kennel Kelp is the holistic care solution for pets and their people. Safe for dogs, cats, birds, cows, chickens, reptiles, almost anything that walks, flies, or slithers. It's a holistic health solution for humans, too. To learn about their many products, visit kennelkelp.com. Get Kennel Kelp for a happier, healthier life.
Hello, yes, and welcome. Good afternoon, and welcome to the BA Sales Kennel Kelp Holistic Healthcare Show, and I'm your host, Bill. And welcome to the first impending weekend of summer here on Friday afternoon, June 22nd, at approximately 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And today I want to talk about BA Sales Kennel Kelp and why pet owners should utilize CBD oil for their pets, specifically in today's show. And as I said in the description of today's show, over the weekend I'll get into the human cannabinoid products that I'm going to be featuring and am featuring on a dedicated website. And this kind of segues in from yesterday's show when I talked about Al Morrington, the proprietor of Mavita Oils, who's soon to be the national distributor for my Sea Miracle 7 Superfoods and the C7 Technology Scalar Energy chip that I've been talking about and featuring here at the website for the last 3 or 4 months. And what I'm doing, because of Al's own product line of CBDs, I'll be negotiating with him unique to his own products soon in the next couple of weeks. I wanted to talk today. I decided to go ahead live up to one of my many monikers is Creative Solutions for Holistic Healthcare Products Distribution, and BA Sales does business differently. And I have many unique programs to include my BA Sales 5025 sales voucher that I've talked about. You can check that all out at my website. And I want to get into the nitty-gritty of the CBD oils today as it's pertinent to your pets. Studies have shown cannabinoids, when administered to pets, can have anti-inflammatory effects and assist in treating many other ailments as well. A very short list of those ailments would include allergies, loss of appetite, arthritis and joint pain, cancer, chronic pain, digestive issues, fatty tumors, glaucoma, homeostasis, IBS, inflammation, phobias, seizures, skin problems, muscle spasms, aggression, anxiety, and neurological diseases too. And that is indeed just a short list. You can go over to the link that's in the description of today's show over at my blog, and the links to the direct new CBD website that I've established. And tomorrow's show, as I say, will contain more info about the CBD website. And I will talk about featuring my human CBD oil products as well. And there'll be a huge sale over the weekend. And at the end of today's show, I'll do some more housekeeping and announcements of some other products that are on sale over this weekend that you don't want to miss out on, too. About 3 shows ago, I did a show about Primal Life Organics, and there's a huge sale coming up for them as well. You can check out my website and tomorrow's show and my blog. So check out my big sale at my website, and you can read my today's blog to discover even more cost savings incentives that I offer in the way of my customer rewards and incentives over and above all of this. Auto ship programs, NBA 5025 voucher that I alluded to earlier. Why use CBD oils for your pets? Humans and mammals have endocannabinoid systems, specific cannabinoid receptor sites located primarily in the brain, the central nervous system, and the peripheral organs, especially the immune cells. what I'm doing over the weekend and moving forward is this is, again, all my cannabinoid oils for both pets and humans by going to the dedicated website via the links that are referenced in the description of today's show and over at my kennelkelp.com website. You can sign up if you want to join the family in the way of having an opportunity to earn some residual income, all self-explanatory there, and or just be a client for yourself and your pets. And then BH Sales 50/25 virtual vouchers are applicable to all of my products for an extra cost savings. Again, yesterday I talked about Al Warrington's buying club and my own buying club that many of my customers are members of and have many participating members. You want to check out those options as well, and then you have the opportunity to join in on the CBD website if you choose to, and or just be a client. You can be a client. You can also be part of the residual sales team that I'm also setting up. I'm also going to use this model of a template of how the system works in my discussions with Al moving forward and see how we can incorporate, as I said in yesterday's show, my entourage of products, his entourage of products, and I'm introducing him, or will be when I have the opportunity to do so, as I mentioned yesterday, also to my tourmaline spring water, which is a good vessel for administrating all of these products. To my sacred clays, Kennel Kelp, Power Trio, Diatomaceous Earth, and my custom products that I've talked about before. So what I'd like to do now is go to an audio outtake, and I'll be back afterwards. This is the Cannabis Advisory Board.
Hello, my name is Dr. David Allen. I'm a retired cardiac surgeon and a member of the International Cannabinoid Research Society, ICRS. That means I'm a cannabinoid research scientist. And I'm here to tell you about the discovery of the endocannabinoid system, the ECS, and the significance and how it will change medicine. And when we discovered the endocannabinoid system about 30 years ago, we really didn't understand the significance of its discovery. And so we found out that this is a chemical communication that your body has. It's not electrical, it's chemical. And it's kind of like hormone systems that people are familiar with. And your body makes these cannabinoids. They're endogenous, so they're endocannabinoids. And they perform some miraculous functions in the body. And we're just learning the significance of these functions. And basically, the endocannabinoid system is responsible for homeostasis. Most people don't understand what that really means, but it's the body's ability to maintain itself and function in a proper environment. And so it's critically important that doctors in the future understand this control mechanism. And we're finding out that manipulation of this endocannabinoid system will control diabetes. It controls cancer. It controls whether you can survive a heart attack or stroke. And so this is critically important for doctors to understand neuroscience. And the discovery of the endocannabinoid system is the single most important medical scientific discovery ever, and will save more lives than the discovery and application of sterile surgical technique. I'm a heart surgeon saying that. So more people will be saved by manipulation of the endocannabinoid system than are currently saved by surgery.
The recent research has been looking at cannabis and the different cannabinoids. There's over 80 plus cannabinoids discovered in the cannabis plant. The second most dominant one besides THC is cannabidiol or CBD. And the research now is over 1,200 peer-reviewed journals on CBD. It's probably the most exciting and researched ingredient or substance right now around the world. It doesn't have the psychoactive or high that
I agree with that.
Research being done now with chronic traumatic encephalopathy, banging your head a lot, is anti-anxiety, which is really important. It's the anti-THC of sorts that calms you down and helps you manage stress better, which is how I look at it, more as a preventative or daily use substance than just treating disease states. And there's immune support, it's a huge antioxidant. There's just a tremendous feature sometimes to talk about what it doesn't do than what it does.
Dr. Alan Shackelford is a Harvard-trained physician. He's also among a handful of doctors in Colorado who give prescriptions for medical marijuana. From the moment Charlotte entered his office, he knew she was in trouble. While he was just examining her, she had 2 seizures.
She failed everything. There were no more options for her. Everything had been tried, except cannabis.
Here's how scientists think it might work. Marijuana is made up of 2 ingredients. THC, that's the psychoactive part that makes you high, and CBD, also called cannabidiol. It's the CBD that scientists think modulates electrical and chemical activity to help quiet the excessive activity in the brain that causes seizures. Dr. Julie Holland is the editor of the Pot Book, a complete guide to cannabis.
For a long time, the work on cannabis and epilepsy was sort of inconclusive. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. They couldn't quite figure it out. And it's only when they really started separating THC from CBD that they saw, definitively, yes, CBD seems to really stop seizures.
So, in the 1930s, they made tinctures. What were they making the tinctures for, and why were they doing these tinctures?
Well, the medicinal uses of hemp are just numerous. The hemp helps, we can talk about the cancer effects of hemp, but it helps with inflammation. It's very anti-inflammatory. It helps with seizures. It's very effective with PTSD for the vets that are coming back that have post-traumatic traumatic stress disorder. Very effective at treating that. It's an anti-inflammatory. But then the uses of hemp for cancer, what I've studied, because of my book, Cancer Step Outside the Box, and the number of cancers, there's about a dozen different cancers that have been studied in depth with medicinal marijuana with hemp. And so the studies from brain cancer to prostate cancer to pancreatic cancer, uterine cancer, cervical cancer, prostate cancer, it's amazing.
Okay, so what is in hemp that it's this THC, correct?
Well, there's chemicals that are called cannabinoids.
Right.
THC is short for delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol.
I'm glad you said it because I couldn't.
That's the only time I'll get it right. I'm glad I got it right. So that's the one THC, the one cannabinoid that everyone's familiar with. That's the one that's psychoactive, and that's the one that gets you high if you smoke it.
Okay.
But there's other cannabinoids. One is called CBD, cannabidiol, and it's very medicinally used. There's no psychoactive component of CBD.
So what do they do? Extract these to make tinctures?
Yeah,
or you can make tea out of?
You can make tea. You can eat it. It's a great superfood. You're into raw. A lot of people use raw hemp, and there's.
But do you get high off of hemp if you eat it as a superfood?
No, well,
or just the seeds?
You got to heat the THC to make it become psychoactive. So people that eat the plant, they put it in a smoothie. Super green smoothies.
Right.
You're not going to get high off of that because you didn't superheat it.
But is it then, if you put it in a smoothie like that, is it good prevention to cancer?
It is. It's very well. It's got a perfect ratio of omega-3 to 6. It's got more GLA, gamma-linolenic acid, than any other plant. So it's got some really great fats. You're well aware of the importance of fats in your diet. Yeah. So hemp it's a perfect superfood to eat, but it's also medicinal.
I just never understood why hemp had gotten such a bad rap, and now I understand that it was really politically motivated by somebody who owned basically trees and didn't want to be in competition with the hemp to make paper. And yet, throughout the years after that, so many people suffered because of that.
Yeah.
So I guess it's actually a good thing that people are coming around a little bit.
It is. I'm really encouraged about the different legislation in different states that are trying to legalize medicinal hemp because of the fact that it is so good. It's not just a superfood. It's not just great for industrial uses, as we mentioned, but it's a really good medicine.
Thank you so much for coming on, Ty. I really appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
CBD, short for cannabidiol, is a non-psychoactive compound in cannabis responsible for many of cannabis's medical benefits. On the other hand, THC, short for tetrahydrocannabinol, is the psychoactive compound in marijuana that causes a high associated with cannabis use. They are 2 completely separate cannabinoids, which are a class of chemical compounds that interact with special receptors in our body called cannabinoid receptors. Dr. Sanjay Gupta, a neurosurgeon and CNN's chief medical correspondent, changed his stance on the prohibition of cannabis while investigating its powerful therapeutic properties and witnessing CBD successfully treat Americans. He shocked mainstream America, saying, "We have been terribly and systematically misled for nearly 70 years in the United States, and I apologize for my role in that." Through Dr. Gupta's review of the history of cannabis, he found that it has been a legitimate medicine for at least 3,000 years. And Dr. Gupta isn't alone in supporting cannabis research. The director of the National Institute on Drug Abuse, Dr. Laura Gupta, testified before the Senate saying that CBD appears to be a safe drug with no addictive effects, and the preliminary data suggests that it may have therapeutic value for a number of medical conditions. Research has shown that CBD can influence many conditions and bodily functions, including inflammation, neuropathic pain, autoimmune disease, energy regulation, metabolism, reproductive function, appetite, depression, anxiety, and even cancer. But how can one cannabinoid affect so many bodily processes without causing adverse side effects? The answer lies in our biochemistry, the natural intelligence of the body. We have naturally occurring cannabinoid receptors all over our body that interact with CBD. We have these receptors because our body is constantly making its own cannabinoids. These receptors and cannabinoids make up most of our endocannabinoid system, or ECS. Our ECS is always in action, and it functioning properly is a major factor in keeping us healthy. Many doctors now think that some people suffer from an endocannabinoid imbalance, known as clinical endocannabinoid deficiency, or CED. People suffering from CED may benefit by supplementing with cannabinoids such as CBD. CBD is the most abundant cannabinoid in hemp, a cannabis crop the federal government allowed individual states to legalize in the 2014 Farm Bill. Hemp-derived CBD is legal in all 50 states, is non-addictive, does not cause a high, and is easy to incorporate into your current health routine.
Thank you.
Okay, folks, that's two quick audios about cannabinoids as a whole, what they are, and confirmation by an MD. And we source our hemp from industrial hemp farms that produce some of the richest CBD hemp in the United States. Our CBD is completely isolated through CO2 extraction and crystal precipitation and is of the highest grade. It's pesticide-free. It's non-GMO hemp in the world. These industrial hemp farms are fully compliant with the State Department of Agriculture regulations and are large U.S. distributors of hemp, rich in CBD, CBG, CBC, and CBNs. I'll get into what those are respectively in future shows. When you go to the links of my dedicated website, just some of the random products that are there when you get there to do so, it's quite a wide array of hemp oil products to include short list here, pure hemp CBD oil herbal drops, the key benefits of which would be pain relief, known to reduce vomiting and nausea, suppress muscle spasms and reduce seizures and convulsions, promotes health, helps to promote relaxation and overall health. Well-being helps to relieve anxiety, reduce cravings, aid in digestion, supports optimal immune function and the regeneration of healthy cells. Those all work synergistically with my Kennel Kelp, my C Miracle 7 superfood. You want to take a look at the C7 technology scalar energy chip as well, and my power trio over at the Kennel Kelp website, kennelkelp.com. In tandem with these, I'm quite anxious. I just ordered my first product from them. I'm quite anxious in treatment of my own arthritis to check out their cannabinoid oils. I have my own dedicated website from the supplier and the manufacturer. Some of the other products that are featured, much like most of the cannabis dispensaries, only these are hemp-derived products. Isolate CBD oil drops are also available. You can check out the website. Ultimate Deep Healing Pain Cream with emu oil is available. On the human side, all these products. Pain-free ZE Rub with pure CBD hemp oil. I'll talk much more about the human products over the weekend. Introductory sale. Make sure you partake. Check out all the information. Roll-on pain rub. Anti-aging creams, rubs, drops. I'm blowing through this very quickly. You can check it out for yourself at the website. CBD anti-aging cream with apple stem cells. Neck Indicolate anti-aging cream. Overnight skin rejuvenators. Collagen retinol anti-aging creams. Moisturizing body butters. CBD anti-aging under eye creams. CBD daily facial creamers and cleansers, facial toners, and then on the nutrition side of life, you have Pure Hemp CBD Total Wellness Capsules. That's probably going to be my first purchase to check that out for my arthritis. Pure Hemp CBD Relief Oral Spray. Interesting to see what that product will do moving forward. It's on my list as well for personal use. Pure Hemp CBD Energy Blast and Focus Oral Spray. There's a whole array of products, both for humans and pets. On the pet side, which is supposed to be the central theme here, we have some CBD pet chew treats. It's a convenient, delicious, and playful way to make CBD part of your own pet's diet. It helps treat several conditions without using harmful prescription drugs, and it does not damage the liver, the kidney, or the GI tract like over-the-counter medications. And it can be used to treat seizures, nausea, stress, and anxiety. Looking forward to trying those out on my own two cats. Brady and Brody talk more about that moving forward. And the key benefits are the synergistic benefits that coincide with all my other products, which I alluded to earlier. They can be used in conjunction with regular medications with no side effects. No side effects, and it does not damage the liver, kidney, or GI series. And it is a dietary supplement that which can be administered daily as part of your pet's diet. I'll get much more into that over the weekend. All those products are on sale as well, in the various sizes. And also for the doggies is CBD Pet Health oral sprays and drops featured at the website, the dedicated website, a CBD Pet Conditioning Shampoo. And there's all discounted packages and auto ship options available there, unique to the dedicated CBD website. And how am I doing for time? I'm down to about 5 minutes. I want to go back to my kennelkelp.com website, reference you over there, and check out the link on my main homepage there. And there's a link to my former website for more in-depth, detailed, lengthy kennel kelp analysis pages and sacred clay references of all the products and the percentiles of how to feed the pets and feed rate charts and frequently asked questions and so forth for the more detail-oriented visitors. And then my new site, my intent with that is to make it much more abbreviated for those that like to breeze through. My analytics, when I go back and check out who's come from what region and how often, and checking out visitations and what pages and what's working and what's not, and so on and so forth. In all candor, a lot of it's reflective of the robots that are out there on the World Wide Web that just breeze through quickly because there's no human intervention. So those visits are less than 5 seconds. However, unfortunately, there's a human element on that as well. Most of my visitations for the percentile are less than 2 minutes. Thus is why I decided to take all of these alternative directions to try to give everybody the option of like a proverbial library, if you will. You have the option to go to the detailed aisle, if you will, and get the Encyclopedia Britannica or your adjective, your example, you can get as in-depth information-wise as you want to by going to the older website. And again, that link is on my new website, all self-explanatory when you get there. And then the new website is more abbreviated, gets right to the point, short synopsises and product descriptions, checkout systems, and so forth, with all the available links. I changed direction in the business at the turn of 2018. I've talked about that in archival shows here. I'm doing a lot with direct to the manufacturer, ordering direct. You have that option. You have options for me to do private label. You do have to meet minimums, which are self-explanatory. If indeed you have volume to warrant going that way, private label human products as well as animal products, and or ordering direct from those respective manufacturers. And those are all listed on my website at kennelkelp.com. And if you partake in direct ordering, not only do you enjoy their respective sales, in-house sales, or what have you, most of the vendors have consultation, to include Al Morenton, who I referenced yesterday. I'm going to be doing business moving forward with him. Michael King, who I've referenced over to Vitality Herbs and Clays. There's consults. There's direct one-on-ones. There's all kinds of options for you. I've positioned myself now to completely be a complete holistic healthcare apothecary. And as I explained in the first couple of 3 months of my shows and blogs at my website and here at the show, my direction has changed due to where I'm at in life, how I want to continue to always be involved in the business, and how I'm going to do that moving forward. And this is the direction that I'm going in. It's much, much easier for me to now not have a stock at my house. I work out of my house. I don't want an abundance of stock. There are isolated cases. I still have kelp come in and out of my house, and I stock a small facing. Those are my Power Trio. Those are my Power Trio products with readily available turnover. So it's to your advantage, to your option, to deal direct with the manufacturers. That bypasses having to meet minimum order requirements under private label and or custom products. However, once again, you do have that option, and of course that affords you the option for a more deeper discount based on that volume, all clearly defined at my website. So we give you a great array of buying options. You can buy onesie, twosies, if you will, all the way up to volume and group discounting. And I have group purchasing and auto ship, 4 distinct auto ship programs. If you meet the certain parameters, all clearly defined at my website. The percentile of discount goes accordingly. And I have customer rewards and incentive programs that are all clearly defined at the old website. Again, that link is on my new website page over at kennelkelp.com. One quick one with about 30 seconds left, one of the many, which is unique, is if you submit a customer recipe to me via my contact page at my Kennel Kelp website, be it for human and or pet consumption, there's a percentage of discount moving forward simply for submitting a recipe. 10 seconds left. Join in over the weekend. Big sales. Always remember, BA Sales promotes good health in all animals and humans. Thanks, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Blog Talk Radio.
Yeah, I'd like a hot dog all the way, please.
Coming up. Here you go.
Thank you. Ew. What is this?
That's a corn-based hot dog flavored tube-shaped thing. It's almost good. That'll be $4.50.
You know what? No thanks.
If almost good enough isn't good enough for you, why would it be good enough for your pet? Add Kennel Kelp to your furry friend's diet. Sprinkled on your pet's food, Kennel Kelp helps with arthritis pain and stiff joints. It can also reduce shedding, fill in missing areas, and improve their looks. Healthy pets show even more energy and have better attitudes. See results in 4 to 8 weeks. The good news is, Kennel Kelp isn't just for pets. It's good for you, too. Sprinkle it on your cereal, or use it instead of table salt when seasoning your food. Kennel Kelp is the holistic care solution for pets and their people. Safe for dogs, cats, birds, cows, chickens, reptiles, almost anything that walks, flies, or slithers. It's a holistic health solution for humans, too. To learn about their many products, visit kennelkelp.com. Get Kennel Kelp for a happier, healthier life.
Hello, yes, and welcome to the BA Sales Kennel Kelp Holistic Healthcare Show, and I'm your host, Bill, and welcome to the inaugural show for 2018. And today's topic is going to be about managing arthritis naturally and how plant-based diet with my Kennel Kelp and my natural earth and clays help diminish the inflammation. And more and more about that in upcoming episodes. And at the end of this show, last couple of minutes of the 15-minute segment for today, I want to talk about how I've revamped my new website and put a link over to my website in today's blog, kennelkelp.com, and how I'm going to continue to do these shows with more degree of frequency moving forward in 2018 in these 15-minute segments. But I want to jump right into today's topic, which is how BA Sales earth and clay and non-clay mineral sources, such as my Kennel Kelp and my Kennel Kelp powders, which provide the minerals that are indeed the building blocks of amino acids, which form proteins, and how also through my alignment with Vitality Herbs and Clay, featuring my Sacred Clay and Warmer Light, Vitalite, Ancient Mineral Blend, Friendly Flora, and Mineral Manor products, and many more of their inventory, Vitality Herbs and Clay, contain my Kennel Kelp Icelandic powder. The products are rich in chlorella, spirulina, blue-green algae, and many other protein nutrients, and these BA Sales products provide a complete spectrum of nature's finest chlorophyll and trace mineral foods-based foods for your diet. Consuming more sea vegetables, clay minerals, and superfood and herbal blends will seem to satisfy and satiate the craving for meat-based diets in general, and daily detoxification that comes from consuming these clays and my kelp serve as superfoods and regenerative herbal formulas. Dietary preferences do change as the body gets cleaner and healthier, and you will notice a reduction in weight due to the combination of the kelp getting the thyroid to function properly. Sea vegetables such as Kennel Kelp also contain a complete array of amino acid. Seaweeds contain between 5 and 47% protein based on the species and environmental conditions in which they are harvested. Seaweed protein is a source of all amino acids, especially glycine, alanine, arginine, proline, glutamate, and aspartic acids. In algae, essential amino acids, or EAAS, represent almost half of the total amino acids, and their protein profile is close to the profile of egg protein. In the case of non-essential amino acids, or EAASs, all three groups, green, brown, and red seaweeds, contain this similar amount. Red seaweed does seem to be a good source of protein because its value can reach as high as 47%. Sea vegetables are good sources of proteins, minerals, and amino acids. Again, VHC, Vital Earth, and Clays. Product array to include earth and sea greens, sea vegetable blend, Vital Cleanse and Nutrify, and thyroid balance of good natural clay supplements to combine with my Kennel Kelp and the clay water, which I'll be continuing to talk about in upcoming episodes. Clay and non-clay mineral sources. Minerals are the building blocks of amino acids, which form proteins. Other products within my array mix with Vitality Herbs and Clay are Sacred Clay, Warmer Light, Vitalite, Ancient Mineral Blend, and Friendly Flora and Mineral Manor. All good plant-based nutrients. Rich in chlorella, spirulina, blue-green algae, and many other potent nutrients. It provides a complete spectrum of nature's finest chlorophyll-based foods. No vegetables have been added to these blends to ensure the most concentrated nutritional profile possible. Suggestions are to add earth and sea greens and kennel kelp with any soil-based organisms and all soil-based organisms that you may choose, dulse, rockweed, whatever they may be in the array of sea vegetables, to your smoothie. Will help monitor weight control, cleanse the liver, add clarity and brain clarity, cognitive, intuitive, you should check out my new revamped website. Future episodes as we move forward will contain subjects ranging from my new revamped affiliate programs. I'm going to be going more and more in those veins, working more and more with my BA Sales Code and my BA Sales 5025 sales vouchers this year, and my 4 auto ship programs and my customer rewards and incentive plans contain the ever-increasing costs of manufacturers' increases and ever-increasing shipping costs. By combining direct to the manufacturing or manufacturer ordering capabilities to acquire these BA sales vouchers, which would give a 50% discount off of my kennel kelp and a 25% discount off of my diatomaceous earth, and any custom and private label products to include my array of glucosamines for dogs, cats, and horses, and all the peripheral shampoos, dog butters, creams, soaps, and ointments. Do reference my website. I've refined my website this year. I'm approaching the business different as I enter my 10th year under this umbrella of Kennel Kelp and my 35th year in the industry as being an independent ingredient broker and distributor of holistic healthcare products for both humans and animals. I've revamped my blog over at my website. I will continue to do blog sales, try to get a degree of frequency, coming back to more daily entries in my blog, try to do this show with more degree of frequency, keeping them in 15-minute segments. And promoting my sales of my website. That's it for today, and always remember that BA Sales promotes good health in all humans and animals. Have a great day. We'll see you in the next episode.
Yeah, I'd like a hot dog all the way, please.
Coming up. Here you go.
Thank you. Ew. What is this?
That's a corn-based hot dog flavored tube-shaped thing. It's almost good. That'll be $4.50.
You know what? No thanks.
If almost good enough isn't good enough for you, why would it be good enough for your pet? Add Kennel Kelp to your furry friend's diet. Sprinkled on your pet's food, Kennel Kelp helps with arthritis pain and stiff joints. It can also reduce shedding, fill in missing areas, and improve their looks. Healthy pets show even more energy and have better attitudes. See results in 4 to 8 weeks. The good news is, Kennel Kelp isn't just for pets. It's good for you, too. Sprinkle it on your cereal, or use it instead of table salt when seasoning your food. Kennel Kelp is the holistic care solution for pets and their people. Safe for dogs, cats, birds, cows, chickens, reptiles, almost anything that walks, flies, or slithers. It's a holistic health solution for humans, too. To learn about their many products, visit kennelkelp.com. Get Kennel Kelp for a happier, healthier life.
Okay, folks, welcome back to the show. And what I'm going to do next is do an audio outtake from a video from Trina Felder at Primal Life Organics. This plays hand in hand with my episode yesterday here at the talk show, reaching out to Trina and Josh Felder. I've been an affiliate for years. I've decided to go back and rededicate a page of my website, which I've done before, exclusively to Primal Life. You can go over to kennelkelp.com. I'm working on that page as we speak. The icons of the pictures of the particular products as I build the page. You just simply click on that. You'll order direct. That goes back to my B8 Sales 5025 virtual voucher program to start to work forward, moving in this affiliate marketing direction. That also includes my new CTFO, Change the Future Outcome Cannabinoid, both via the dedicated websites, plural, that I'm marketing, but I also am building a page at my kennelkelp.com. I'm retailing the product as well as offering wholesale opportunities to try to cover the best of both worlds. And I've talked about this before. I have to continue to work in the private sector. Been network marketing forever. And in tomorrow's show, I'm going to get back to what, again, makes this paradigm, compensation-wise for the CTFO, different, what disseminates it from the others, and so on and so forth. But I also talked about yesterday the glut, as was forecast, of everybody now being in the cannabinoid business or attempting to be in all various degrees of capabilities, qualifications, accredited sources, and so forth. This product's in a GMP facility. I've given you all kinds of links, and I'm offering the opportunity to come on board as an option and so forth. But I have to work the program differently, and I'm going to. And I'll get back tomorrow to how to work my affiliate programs as an option for my team members, as I've talked about before, as I build a team for this program. You have the okay when you're on board and you're actively promoting the program to also use my B8 Sales 5025 virtual vouchers and my own products to accentuate your efforts to sell the overall program. And what we're ideally shooting for here, which is what I've done for the better part of the last 40 years, is to generate a one-stop, one-source stop and shop for healthy, clean food, clean water, truth in lending, if you will, no more BS. I'm also going to be changing the direction of my client base, again, more to my survivalist clients, which I have, that are more in tune to, for instance, Mike Adams, the Health Food Ranger. I'm also rebuilding a dedicated page for Mike's products through affiliation over at my website. I've talked at length about my granddaughter over the years, the grow box that Mike dedicated to her school system, the business model I'm trying to establish for my granddaughter, and so forth. Speaking of which, today's a therapy day. Always take a mental health day. I've talked a lot about the advantages of home-based businesses in the way of taxes, a lot of tax write-offs. I talked about that in the last couple of shows. Make sure you go back and check that out. But the other advantages are is you can come and go as you please to a certain degree as it pertains to your home-based business. You can come and go as you please any day of the week. Speaking of which, today, Wednesday, is a mental health day. I'm going to the beach with my granddaughter, and I'm leaving business aside completely. Because commencing tomorrow, I may or may not be jumping back into a private sector temp/full-time job to recapitulate the coffers of running this business that I've talked about many times under the auspices of a sole proprietor, and my analogies to the Ed Sullivan Show, and spinning many plates, and the cost of overhead, and the cost of shipping, and so forth. The archival shows that I've talked about on cutting back expenses. Basically, this is why I'm ordering or having my clients order direct. I'm giving them incentives to do so. I'm working collaboratively with those supplying vendors, so it's mutually advantageous for both. I have long-standing relationships with pretty much all of my vendors, You heard me do an outtake from a former show from Michael King from Vitality Herbs and Clay. I'm going to recapitulate that page over at my website as well. It's another direct to the manufacturer premise. And also Vital Choice Fish Oil is another one. Blissful Dog on all of my dog products, and Pop Ad Butters, and Blissful Horse on the other side of life for equine products. Well Equine, Well Feline, and Well K-Line will be put on notice. Now, some of them, those are simply Goodwill ambassadors. I'm not a member of any affiliate programs with them via getting commissions with some of them. What I'm doing is to enhance and continue to promote the good health that those products avail, and keep in mind we do offer private label versions of all of those products. So my vendor relationship is open with them under that premise. But for all the reasons I've outlined for the last 7.5 months, the cost of doing business for me at this juncture in my life at 64 and, aspiring to live for another 2 years at least to get to Social Security levels, and the Medicare thing coming up for me in November, and then probably shooting to work till 70 in its entirety and planning out what I do in between and government intervention or what may not go on in the world and so forth. It's also a new philosophy I've taken. I live day to day. If you project to the future too much, it gets too overwhelming. Plays back to my anxiety, which I have, and plays back to why I take these cannabinoids that I've been talking about, and why I'm longstanding clients as well as working partners with all of these vendors. So I want to play an outtake from Trina and from Primal Life Organics. And this is to embrace an upcoming big sale for Primal Life Organics that's coming up once again this weekend. I'll have my website up to snuff in those interim 2 days. Coming back, keep referring to all of the links at my website, and we will continue to make BH Sales your one-stop shop for all holistic healthcare products, clean food, clean water, survival equipment, good for people, plants, and pets, sea vegetables, earth and clays, a way to change your life for the better, to cut your medical costs, place to a certain audience. That's my efforts moving forward, to hone into that audience and bypass wasting any time, which is critical mass for myself, especially being a sole proprietor, and basically needing 25-hour days, 8-day weeks, and at least 366 days a year, like all small business proprietors. So I'm doing business more efficiently, more sharply, and more effectively, so I can continue to march forward, continue to garner a profit to stay in business, and continue forge my way and give us all options to Amazon.com, Jeff Bezos, the censorship that's starting to take prevalence out there, depending on what you do or don't say on the internet and how you promote your products and so forth. And I have a caveat and a surprise coming up into tomorrow's show, and some announcements on how I'm also abating that, offering my clients encrypted emails so we can talk without everybody in the world trying to invade our privacy, and also establishing on my products video page videos where you can expound the truth, and simply because you say an adjective or two, you won't be banned. More to follow on that tomorrow. Here's Trina. minutes, left in the show, and I still continue to refine the studio behind the scenes. You may have been listening to blank here for the last 4 minutes. Thus is why I stopped that audio outtake so I can adjust that. So I'm going to finish the show doing another outtake from Mike King. It's kind of a repeat of yesterday's show. I'll apologize for that, but I'll be back tomorrow. Stay tuned. We'll get back to the subject at hand, but do go to my website at kennelkelp.com. Continue to read the blog to include today. Look for daily specials. Look for refinements at my website. Look for eventually between now and November, which again goes back to my game plan that I've been talking about since the turn of 2018. If I have a website at all, come the latter part of October, November, it will definitely be in its abbreviated version, maybe even one page. I'm going to use this show as a harbinger of good information moving forward. I'll continue to write a blog. I've started to write an alternative blog through WordPress. I'll give you the links to those tomorrow to take a blog page off of this existing Kennel Kelp website as I continue to refine the website, as I just said. And there is a direct link on the home page of my present website at Kennel Kelp, which goes to the former website, which is still up and running, which is more detailed, as I've said before.
All right, so this is now October the 12th, 2010. And tonight's call is all about the happy clays, earthen sources bearing naturally occurring ormus elements. Now, the ormus clays are a unique variety of clay, largely because there's a concentration of ormus elements, monoatomic elements, in them that is beyond the norm. You'll find that a regular bentonite, a zeolite, any other volcanic material is going to have ormus properties to it if you put it through a ritual of acids and alkaline lye and so forth. There are procedures whereby you can manufacture or concentrate ormus elements within them. Every single volcanic material, practically every dirt source in the earth, practically every food to some degree, is going to have at least a residual amount of ormus elements in them. The atmosphere has it, water has it, the spring water specifically is going to be stronger. There are many elements throughout nature that possess ormus qualities. In fact, they are so prevalent, they were actually a major part of why in the ancient cultures, thousands upon thousands of years ago, our trees, before we went into the logging era, our trees were 400 feet tall. Fruit-bearing trees were massive. Your walnuts would be the size of lemons, and apples would be huge. Cherries would be in the nature of 8, 10, 20 cherries a pound. And why do we know this? Because we're already accomplishing these feats in the ormus community, in agriculture. We know that. In our current agriculture, we've lost one of the most important constituents to our soils, and that is the elements of ormus, monoatomic elements. In the ancient world before pesticides and herbicides and plowing of the soil, tilling of the soil, before all that happened, there was an abundance of ormus aspects in all of nature. And now we have a situation where it's very hard to find. So where do we find this? the tremendous science is coming out, searching for these elements and looking for ways to concentrate them. It's a tremendous science, and it is studying the use of these single atom-sized elements found naturally occurring in soils and various other sources and ways to extract them. It's currently being used in fuel cell technology, computers, mainly because of their superconductor properties, and in the fuel cell technology it has a way of preventing sparks and ignitions and so forth. It's utilized in the farm and garden arena today. It's utilized in human health. It's utilized to balance emotions, improve meditation, improve the chi flow, inspire creativity, and greater purposeful motion in life. It's designed to focus your attention, focus your energies, focus your mental intent, and therefore it assists in you manifesting whatever you focus your mind on. And because it has a balancing effect, it brings about balance in your system. It brings about balance in your mind and your emotions. It brings about balance in your intentions. And so you're able to manifest more effectively. You're able to achieve a greater state of health. There are other qualities that are characteristic of Ormus, documented in scientific literatures today, is its improvement on the DNA molecule of the human being. Now we see that there is a tremendous improvement in the health of a plant that is grown under the influence of an Ormus-bearing clay. So we come to the conclusion that science has some validity. If Ormus properties will straddle either side of the DNA and cause it to literally open up and repair itself, the amino acid combinations in there will rearrange themselves to a more healthful state, and then cells that reproduce from that DNA will also be more healthful. And so life gets better and younger as you get older. And truthfully, we do see evidence of that in our own lives after 5 or so years consuming these Ormus-bearing clays. We do see improvements in our vitality, and we see certainly improvements in mood and happiness, thus the name Happier Clays. Whenever there's moments of stress, you're trying to figure out how to pay the bills, you've got all these concerns, as is common to the world that we experience today. We notice that a dose of earth enormous or ormalite or vitalite helps to soothe right away. So within minutes we see this soothing, calming, focusing effect, and so the mind gets clear. You can make better decisions, and so it just makes life a better way, a better, more enjoyable place to live, this planet. So what we've got going is what are the properties of Ormus, and how can we derive it? How can we utilize that in our everyday life? And so, because of the great science that's been around it over especially the last 30 years, and it's increasing literally by the day as more and more people understand the power of Ormus-bearing properties in clays and other foods and so forth. As they consume it, they get the benefit. And so there's many ways that these properties are being derived. They're being derived from sea waters and salts and other volcanic materials and so forth. But generally, because of the minuscule aspects or quantities of Ormus in them, they require the lye and the acids, etc., in order to be formed. So how do they know that they've got it when they've got it? Well, Ormus is the original version of an element. It is in its unclustered form. That means that, by definition, an angstrom element, which is another term for Ormus, these atoms would be no closer than 4 angstroms to each other. They have a very unique non-polarity about them. And so they don't attract, they don't bond to each other as well. And so this 4 angstrom separation is a common characteristic in the world of Ormus material. And thus we have the designation monatomics, or monoatomic atoms, monoatomic elements, one atom. Now, science is definitely, still, configuring and debating and researching and determining, well, what is an Ormus element? But nevertheless, the general focus here and is you have atoms in approximately a single atom state. They operate more like superconductors, and so they produce a much more refined effect upon the hormonal system, upon the human body, upon the DNA of a plant and of a human, of an animal, etc. And it's designed to be part of that agelessness that was characteristic of the some lives of old. You've heard of the lifetimes in which people spent 700, 800, 900 years. Well, these were relatively short lifetimes compared to what used to be lived prior to that. So this is not an uncommon thing if you're in a world that is, you're breathing Ormus as you go about your day. Similar to the pollens that used to be very, very prolific in our atmosphere, and pollens do have their own Ormus aspects to them. These are characteristically what feed the nucleus of the cells, what feed the endocrine glands, and provide them with stimulus or influences which promote proper hormone production and up and down the chain from head to toe. Therefore, you have a greater state of balance, a very life-giving state of balance, an enhanced life-giving state of balance. And so they're very valuable to any diet. If one is looking to improve their health overall, then you definitely want to consider the daily use of an Ormus-bearing earthen resource. One of the great advantages to an Ormus-bearing earthen resource is that it takes very little to make a big difference. And so when you realize just how powerful that little eighth of a teaspoon or quarter of a teaspoon or 30th of a teaspoon, as in the case of ormolite, can be, and what gradual rejuvenative effect it can have on the human physiology, then you'll realize just why that statement is made. It's important, if your goal is optimal health, to be sure to be consuming on a regular basis some earthen resource that is particularly strong in the Ormus elements. Now, the difference between an Ormus element and, let's say, an Ormus element of gold, which you've heard of the white powder of gold thing, and say the difference between that and a gold nugget is literally that in the gold nugget they cluster together, and in an Ormus gold they don't. And so that simple distinction gives the unclustered version a unique set of properties and the clustered version another set. That's why you're able to see the gold nugget, but not really see the single atom, but you can feel their effects and you can observe their effects. So this study has brought out not just its application in human physiology and the plants, also widely now becoming very popular in industrial science. So this is not like just strictly an esoteric spiritual practice that it used to be. You've heard of the Philosopher's Stone and the manna from heaven. Well, that was basically Ormus, an Ormus product that was being formed back in those days. And so because it was so valuable, it was sought after by the priests and the esoteric practitioners. It was utilized in medicinal practices back then, and today we're finding it has a very remarkable array of medicinal benefits. I won't go into that. I'm just saying that it's important that if you are seeking optimal health, that you maintain a regular consumption of some earthen resource that is Ormus-bearing in its nature and fairly concentrated. And I want to distinguish that from some of the other types of Ormus products of which there is a prolific measure going on. Lots of people are making Ormus these days, many, many people. And so there are a wide variety of ways to put it together, but the bottom line is you have to raise the pH and lower the pH in a single experiment. And so typically lyes and acids are part of the process. And then you end up with a precipitation or a concentration of some raw material from a natural source that concentrates these elements. Well, frankly, I'll be real honest with you. I'm not a great fan of concentrations. And I'm not a fan of them for one specific reason. I believe Mother Nature did not make a mistake when she created them in the concentration originally. And so where we find it organically contained in an earthen resource, whether it be a food or a clay or a rock or a salt or seawater, then that's in my opinion, the best way to attain it. And because it fits the human physiology in superior ways to a concentration, which is missing the rest of the story. The concentrations of herbs and Ormus elements, the extraction of white powder of gold from gold itself, as an example, which I realize this is stepping way outside the box of those who are great fans of such. But frankly, I feel as though it creates an imbalance in the body because it's not harmonized with the rest of the mineral kingdom, both from the single atom point of view as well as the clustered point of view and the trace mineral point of view. So these are very important properties that deserve to be included in the making of an Ormus product, or naturally occurring Ormus product. Nature knows how to do that. Nature's very good at putting these things together. And so I trust that formulation. I trust Mother Nature's combinations, her ratios of balancing a calcium to a magnesium and a gold to a silver or to an iridium or to a copper. Those ratios in the mineral kingdom are utterly essential to the healthfulness of a resource. If that balance is disturbed through concentrations or excessive heat or other altercations of chemicals and so forth, now you have an imbalanced product, something nature did not create. And so the multidimensional aspects and the electromagnetic influences are all now disturbed according to what nature knew needed to be in that unconcentrated, unaltered form of a natural resource. Mother knows best in that respect. And so I trust that process. And while today it's more rare that we are able to find a source of highly concentrated Ormus elements. If I'm going to consume a higher concentration, I prefer that it be something that was invented by Mother Nature and not a laboratory, or not a lion acid process. I trust that more. Not only that, it's much safer in the human body. Some of the products that I've tasted, you could still taste the lye, you could still taste the acids, and then it kind of wigs you out a little bit, not just because of that, but for other reasons, because it's not balanced. And so when I consume an earthen clay in the proper dose, my life is enhanced in a more balanced fashion, and there is a clearly decisive improvement in my physiology and how I feel, etc., and my ability to manifest and all. So, fortunately, whether it's by direct intention to find the best of the best that Mother Nature had to offer, or whether it was some form of predestiny that I programmed for myself as a soul, I don't know. But I can say that over the last 10 years since I've been committing myself to the development of the best earthen resources I could put together, they've come into my hands left and right. And Ormalite was one of those destiny finds. So it was very interesting. Ormalite was one of those finds that, out of thousands of acres, a hole is drilled into the ground looking for another kind of clay. And upon testing that myself, realized it is an Ormus property. And not only that, it turns out to be what may be the strongest, most concentrated form of naturally occurring Ormus on the planet known today. So that I call a destiny find, and it means pay attention. Make this available to the world in every way possible. And made that effort. Well, we don't know what quantity there is available, and there's quite a bit of expense in order to make this really available to the world in a major way. Millions of dollars, literally. We've made our first baby steps, and we're doing this in the best way we know how, and getting very, very good results. So it's worth paying attention to what the Ormus-bearing clays can do, specifically the Ormalite, taken in proper amounts. And if you go to the link in the email, or you'll find it will take you to an article on Ormalite. It's in our articles FAQ sections under minerals, and you will find much more graphic description of how Ormalite was discovered and its properties, and some warnings about getting too much. You get laid back, you miss a few appointments, you get real happy, and but not the giddy kind. You just get relaxed, meditative, and focused, and very interested in your life purpose. Much more so than if you're worried about bills and doing the 9 to 5. So Ormalite is one of those very unusual clay sources that was our second real experience with an Ormus-bearing natural resource. The first one was literally where I learned about Ormus, and fortunately, or thankfully, my good friend Ted pursued me for about 6 months to learn about Ormus properties in his specially charged trap water, which is using magnets to concentrate Ormus properties out of spring water or some other source. And so we used our clay, the sacred clay. That was what we had at the time. We used the sacred clay, and we spun it through his trap, and was able to derive a very good source, a strong, balanced source of Ormus-containing water residue. I later used the wet method, which is the use of lyes, and I just used washing, no acids, just washed it until its pH went from very high to low, and was able to precipitate a very powerful but stable causing effect on the human physiology.